As you know, I'm an avid fan of animation, especially the Golden Age, and I've watched countless hours of the lore without ever actively giving a care. The one network that I relied on for this was Boomerang, when it was well on autopilot, playing Snorks, Top Cat, Tom and Jerry, Scooby-Doo, Dexter's Lab, and Powerpuff Girls. I was quick to notice, however, that a chunk of these cartoons shared one common trait: the inclusion of anthropomorphism. In the world of animated television, anthropomorphism is the act of ascribing human characteristics to non-human characters. And this has been a long-time storytelling tool used to explore complex human issues and offer unique comedic experiences. However, there's a trope around this. The trope, lions, tigers, humans, oh my, is a playful reference to animals behaving like humans and interacting with actual humans, and this often goes deeper than the surface level of humor. The trope has been used effectively in numerous animated series to comment on identity, societal roles, and the absurdity of the human experience. In this video essay, I will delve into 3 particular animated series and how they use anthropomorphism to enrich their storytelling and challenge our perception of the world. Let's start with the Looney Tunes Show, a reimagining of the classic cartoon series that took these iconic characters and placed them in a more grounded domestic setting. The premise is simple. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and the rest of the gang are living together as suburban roommates in a modern world, far removed from their original slapstick, chaotic adventures. But not completely.
Whoa. Uh-oh. My mole panther! You know what? I'm just gonna buy both. No more underwear, huh?
In the classic cartoons, viewers are given no sense of true logic. We were getting non-stop visual gags, pop culture references, and witty dialogue no matter the setting or actual reason. These 1,000 cartoons from 1930 to 1969 were simple sets of 7-minute intervals where we turned off our brains to simply be as entertained as possible.
Contrast, we have Little Squirt. Presenting at this time the one and only shaving brush. And the Wild Man from Texas.
Now let's take a look at the 2011 series with 20 full minutes of standardized storytelling. On the surface, the Looney Tunes Show presents a comedic premise. The characters, now humanized with mundane concerns like rent, relationships, and daily life, are juxtaposed with their exaggerated animalistic qualities. Bugs Bunny, despite his wily, clever nature, deals with human problems like keeping a job, navigating friendships, and even romantic relationships. Daffy, the ever-absurd foil to Bugs, is desperately trying to find success in the human world, but he remains comedically unaware of how out of place he is, how sociopathic he is, if you will.
You're a narcissist? You're a sociopath? You're probably a psychopath. You're paranoid, sexist, and you make fun of the elderly. Those are just quirks!
This is a brilliant way to showcase the dissonance between characters' animalistic instincts and the human world that they're trying to fit into, like this one very infamous scene.
Party's over. What are you scared of? This guy? I bet he's a teddy bear. I'm Bugs, this is Daffy. We're in cell 2R. Come by any time, the door's always open. Well, not technically, but you get the point. Anywho, would you be a dear and please pass me the ketchup? Are you serving time for being rude or because you can't follow directions? So let me get this straight. I can insult whomever I please without fear of bodily harm? I should have gotten thrown in jail years ago. It's a smart Alex paradise. Say, I like your hair. Did you butcher it yourself?
Yeah, I'll butcher you.
I don't know where you got your looks, but I hope you kept the receipt.
Oh, I'm gonna get you.
Hey, buddy, can I borrow your brain? You're obviously not using it.
But there's more happening beneath the surface. The characters' behaviors, wild, unrefined, impulsive, or exaggerated human traits that reflect the absurdity of societal norms. Daffy's selfishness, for instance, while played for laugh, also critiques a kind of neoliberal mentality where the obsession with individual success leads to social dysfunction. The fact that these exaggerated human flaws are placed on anthropomorphized animals underscores the notion that much human behavior is, at its core, animalistic, whether it's our desires for power, attention, or validation. The humor, of course, comes from how these traits are magnified in a world that expects civilized behavior. Like, look at these scenes of the characters shopping for stuff.
Now some nuts. Oh, no nut dust. Now this is the complicated part. No green sprinkles on the chocolate, yes green sprinkles on the strawberry, but both no red sprinkles, except on the vanilla, which should receive exclusively red sprinkles.
That'll be $5.85.
I've only got 16 cents. Get the rest from your tip jar.
I'm afraid we don't carry white gloves for men anymore.
What? Why?
Well, because it's not the 1800s.
But I need them.
We can special order them, but it might take a while.
Do you have any other gloves? I really need a pair of gloves.
Well, it's summer, so we don't have that many options.
Just give me a pair of gloves.
Yeah. These humans barely even bat an eye about animals wanting human food or clothes. Just their absurd requests about it all. Sure, their delivery is humorous, but it's the grounded world that they are in that keeps us engaged as a contrasting piece from our own world. It's otherwise a friendly, diverse community, as they are somewhat treated like everyone else without explicit debates on race, and ironically, there are real pets that exist in this show too.
Hi, Mr. Bunny.
Hey, Gossamer, what's the matter?
My pet ran away.
Aw, I'm sorry.
His name's Webster. He looks like an African sand spider, but he's actually harmless. I really miss him. Can you please let me know if you see him?
Gossamer! Look who I found.
That's not Webster. There he is! Oh, I missed you so much, buddy.
Where are you, Tosh?
We found your friend!
What is he?
Ta-da!
And as a very brief side note, I adore Lola in this show, not only due to her ADHD great personality, but she has the most association with the classic Looney Tunes brand with her physical comedy. They actively improved her from her sexualized design in 1996's Space Jam. That's not to say that this new Lola doesn't try to be sexy, but she does so in a way that's played perfectly for comedy.
Miss!
Well, hello there, customer. Can I help you?
In this sense, the Looney Tunes show serves as a comedic critique of our own human tendencies. The show doesn't just ask us how to laugh at ridiculous situations that animals are in within a human society. It invites us to question how ridiculous our own societal constructs are. The show was so vindicated for this that Cartoon Network brought it back to its main station after 8 years of 0 reruns, where it is still in syndication to this very day. And rightfully so. Moving on to Regular Show, a series known for its offbeat humor, surreal storylines, and underlying philosophical themes. The show revolves around 2 anthropomorphized animals, Mordecai, a blue jay, and Rigby, a raccoon, who work as groundskeepers at a park under their supervisor, Benson, a gumball machine. Their interactions with the park's human visitors and other anthropomorphized characters lead to absurd situations that often escalate to outlandish cosmic proportion. Here, the use of anthropomorphism is more than just for comedic effect. It serves as a tool for exploring the existential themes of disillusionment, purpose, and the search for meaning in an otherwise absurd world.
I don't think I can hold this pose much longer.
I'm growing weary myself.
Whose lame idea was this anyway?
It was my idea, Rigby.
What was it your idea to set the timer for so long? My face itches.
Just hold still.
This is taking too long.
Why are we even doing this?
It's a special occasion. Now hold still or you're fired.
All new episodes of Regular Show. Next, only on Cartoon Network.
The characters of Mordecai and Rigby are an interesting study in how anthropomorphism works when paired with an overarching sense of nihilism. Mordecai is lazy, disaffected, and constantly trying to avoid responsibility, while Rigby is impulsive, childish, and obsessed with instant gratification. Despite being animals, their struggles feel very human. They embody the 20-something millennial who is overwhelmed by the weight of adulthood but still clings to their youthful idealism.
I brought you here today.
Not really.
Check it. All the richest people in history have drinks named after them. Shirley Temple, Arnold Palmer, John F. Lemonade. What drink's gonna make me rich, you ask? I'll tell you what. 1 can Radicola, frozen fruit punch concentrate, a dash of hot sauce, sugar roasted sugar bomb for texture, and the rest. Mordecai, witness the rig juice.
Dude, I don't think you should drink that.
Whoa, my face feels like magic.
Throughout the series, we see Mordecai and Rigby confront the existential question whether life has any inherent meaning, especially in their interaction with various anthropomorphic characters like Pops, the childlike lollipop figure whose innocence and purity contrast sharply with the jadedness of the protagonist, or Muscle Man, a lazy, gross human who embodies crude humor and perpetual adolescence.
I've got you this time, Balloon. Oh no, bro! Pops! Call an ambulance now! It's gonna be okay, Pops.
The show's absurdism, however, goes beyond the simple use of animal characters. Regular Show is filled with hyperbole, as these characters deal with scenarios like battling gods, time traveling, and interacting with strange cosmic entities, all while maintaining a deeply grounded sense of irreverence. The human-like qualities of the animals serve as a way to highlight the absurdity of existence itself. These characters experience an odd mixture of outlandish events and relatable struggles, wasting time, avoiding work, trying to get by, but ultimately, nothing has any real purpose. The presence of animals in human-like settings forces us to confront how ridiculous it is that we too live within such chaotic, absurd systems without fully understanding why we do so.
All I see is darkness.
Get out and stay out! And you two, I hope you learned something from all this.
Yeah, make sure we do our chores so you don't narc on us to a giant eyeball.
I learned that Mordecai can go for a really long time without blinking.
Actually, my eyes won't blink anymore.
Even though the show was originally pitched to Adult Swim, Regular Show knew how even the younger kids could take note on how responsibility will come first in a very odd world. But we shall turn the absurdities into better priorities, and we shall get the goals not that we want, but what we need.
But that didn't matter. I just wanted to accomplish something. And yeah, maybe at first I was just trying to impress my girlfriend. She's smart and cool and loves rocks and modern dance. Hi, Eileen. Hey, Rigby. But I wouldn't be standing up here if that was all there was to it. You see, it's pretty easy not to graduate from high school. I did it by playing video games and straight up chilling. Then when I set out to get my diploma, I figured life was gonna get a lot harder. I took what I was told were the easiest classes, and I still had to do stuff, like scale the wall of a cave. I had to go to China, which is very far away for those of you that didn't go to high school. I even had to beat a guy in a takeout food race. Sounds pretty hard, right? Well, warning! What I'm about to tell you will blow your mind. Are you ready, America? Yeah! Once you do the hard stuff, it becomes not that hard. I may not be the man I used to be, the one who didn't graduate from high school, but unexpectedly, awesomely, I can still do the fun stuff he did.
At its core, Regular Show offers commentary on the absurdity of existence and the human desire for meaning, all while using anthropomorphized animals to reflect our own contradictions. These animals are both familiar and strange, acting out human shortcomings in a way that amplifies the ridiculousness of the everyday. Finally, we come to Bojack Horseman, perhaps the most poignant and emotionally complex exploration of anthropomorphism in modern animation. Unlike the Looney Tunes show or Regular Show, Bojack Horseman uses anthropomorphism not for comedic absurdity, but as a lens through which to explore deep, sometimes painful human issues. Bojack, the titular character, is a washed-up actor, once the star of a 90s sitcom, who struggles with substance abuse, depression, and a crippling sense of self-worth. At first glance, the fact that Bojack is a horse interacting with human characters may seem like a clever comedic device, but as the show delves deeper, the animals in Bojack Horseman serve as a reflection of the self-destructive tendencies that humans often embody. For example, Princess Carolyn, a cat, is a driven and successful talent agent who constantly juggles her personal and professional life, reflecting the demanding nature of capitalism.
But like a light socket.
Don't listen to her, light socket. She's just jealous.
Oh, sorry. And what have you been working on that's been keeping you so busy? We just locked picture on Birthday Dad with Mr. Peanut Butter.
That sounds awfully masculine. Dad, Mr.
Nut?
Peen? Right, but I'm producing it, so strong, independent woman, doing it all.
Oh, it sounds like you're doing it all for yourself. But the new doing it all is doing it all for other women.
Oh, yeah, well, the twist about Birthday Dad is the women have equal screen time to the men in the movie, and the same number of birthdays.
Very subversive.
Mr. Peanut Butter, a golden retriever, is an eternally optimistic figure who juxtaposes Bojack's cynicism, representing the exhausting pursuit of happiness despite internal turmoil, being an antithesis, if you will.
Oh, is that too far?
Oh, you want to get into things?
Well, I mean...
No. Let's get into things. Let's get real. Everybody, Bojack wants to get real. Cancel the bubble round, because we're getting real.
Should we cut to commercial?
Would Homer cut away from Odysseus' journey?
The anthropomorphism in Bojack goes beyond providing a visual gag. It offers insight into how humans view themselves and how they navigate complexities of identity.
Shake.
It's dripping all over my body.
Shake, don't shake.
Oh, look. That made things worse.
Bojack himself is an excellent example. As a horse, he's tall, strong, imposing, yet his emotional fragility and insecurity makes him relatable. The show asks, is it because Bojack is a horse that he behaves how he does, or is it because, ultimately, it's a reflection of us all? I personally grew up around horses due to being on the spectrum. My parents found that horses were ever so powerful due to how gentle they could be, and when I was set to ride on them for several months of my early youth, I felt so happy to be connected with such a powerful animal despite how isolated I had felt from other people. Seeing Bojack as an indirect reflection of my past spoke good volumes as to how significant personal problems can become should I end up avoiding them. The broad appeal of animals in Bojack Horseman reflect the complexity of human identity, dissecting the way that we balance our public personas with our private fears and struggles. The show's use of anthropomorphism creates a layer of distance, making it easier to explore painful truths about addiction, loneliness, and the relentless pursuit of fame. But it also forces us to face uncomfortable questions about who we are and what it means to be human.
Okay, whoa, stop. Hey, Judah, I need your advice. I'm trying to throw a sophisticated adult party to impress my parents, and I have no furniture or sophisticated adult friends.
I'm alarmed. Do you not consider me a sophisticated adult, or do you not consider me a friend?
Judah, this is no time for one of your famous Judah tantrums.
Fair. Sounds like you need to throw together an elaborate scheme in a short amount of time. In situations like this, I often think, what would Todd do?
And?
He'd probably scour Vim's talent list for underemployed actors, tell them they've been hired for a site-specific immersive theater piece as cosmopolitan partygoers, invite just enough real friends to lend it an air of legitimacy, and raid the birthday dance set for furniture.
That's brilliant. Todd, I've done it again. Let's go, babies. Babies, come on.
To finish off, the trope lions, tigers, humans, oh my, is more than just a playful notion in animation. The use of anthropomorphic animals in shows like Looney Tunes, Regular Show, and Bojack Horseman serves to reflect and critique various aspects of human nature, whether it's the absurdity of societal norms, the existential disillusionment of adulthood, or the dark exploration of self-destructive behavior. Anthropomorphism allows these series to explore complex themes in ways that feel both familiar and surreal. I'm also glad, by the way, that there was never any hybrid animals like human and bear offspring or lion and rabbit offspring. Not only would it have been a nightmare for the animators to create, but it would have also taken away the true message of anthropomorphism and the symbolism in the human world. We want to make some serious notes, but seeing all these kind of characters, these oddities in their world would have really distracted from the message, so I'm glad that it was literally one or the other animal in these shows, should they end up become married or whatnot. So that was a smart call to just have singular animals, no more, no less. Through anthropomorphism, animation opens up a space for a reflection on the human experience, showing us not only the comedy of human-animal interaction, but the deeper, often more powerful truths that lie beneath the surface. It's a reminder that despite our complex social structures, we are not so different from the animals that we share our world with. So, the next time that you watch a show where a lion or a tiger is navigating human life, remember that it's not just for laughs. There's often much more going on than meets the eye, and in a world that's often absurd, sometimes a little animal behavior is just what we need to make sense of it all.